Zombie apocalypse. Zombie apocalypse.
Good morning and welcome, BSET freshman students. Welcome to BQ University College of Industrial Technology. And you are now a bona fide or legit BSET students under the Electronics Technology program. Before we start with our session or the course orientation, this is your course facilitator. This is Sir Kenji E. Merenciano, and currently you are taking BTC 11, which is the technical drawing one. And today we will be at the beginning of the class. It's a practice to have a course orientation. First, we need to be familiar with each other, to be acquainted. Next is I'm going to introduce to you the course, the BTC 11. What is it all about? What are the topics to be covered? What are my requirements? Grading system and expectations. Okay? And what are my house rules and policy? So that you are guided, and I'll be sharing also a video presentation about the profile or a background about BQ University and the BQ University College of Industrial Technology or BUSIT. Okay? So today is Monday, August 22 of 2022. So good morning, class. Again, for emphasis, am I still audible? Is my voice loud and clear? Please confirm.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Po, sir.
Okay. So first, I have here the record. The record of from the faculty center. It's our site for from the registrar about the list of enrolled students and the schedule of our classes, I mean, and the grade and to where we are going to compute our grades. Okay, so let me share. In a short while. Okay, BQ University Faculty Center. Last, please confirm if you can see what's on the screen, or is it visible on your part? Class?
Yes po, sir. Confirm. Sir.
Yes po, sir.
Malinaw po.
Okay, thank you. So, here is my faculty schedule. So, these are the courses that I will be teaching this first semester, or this first sem. I am a faculty in the BSET program. Okay, BSET stands for Bachelor of Science in Electronics Technology, not Electrical Technology. Okay, so in simplest term, it is BSET. You are now in the BSET department or under the BSET program. In the bachelor's degree or the four-year course that you are studying is the Bachelor of Science in Electronics Technology. So now you are a BSET student. Once you finish this degree, 4-year degree course, you are now a BSET alumni or a BSET graduate. So Sir Kenji is handling or teaching electronics project and development, which is research. I am a research professor and I teach research subjects 1 and 2, or the ALT 38, which is the electronics research and design, offered during the second sem, and now the electronics project development, the continuation of research 1, which is the ALT 45. Okay, And I also handle most of the major subjects in electronics. I also teach electronics workshop, practice, and now another subject or course that I'll be teaching this first sem is the technical drawing one, or the BTC 11. Okay? So this is the subject that you are currently taking. So for your schedule, so MWF tayo from 10 to 12. So you are BSET 1A-1. Again, our schedule is MWF 10 to 12. And this coming school year or SEM, we have this so-called learning modality. When we say learning modality, this will be our setup or arrangement for this coming school, this SEM. So when we say modality, there will be days or times that you will be in school, in person or face to face, and the rest will be we will be using the online platform, either synchronous or asynchronous. Okay, we had a meeting last week with my colleagues or faculty in the BSET program or department, and we agreed that by the way, our modality for this course, or not only for this course but throughout the courses that you are taking, we will be adapting or using the blended learning modality, which is based on or anchored on the memorandum or the memorandum order from the university. So when we say blended learning, it's a combination of a traditional setting, and the other one is through the use of technology by online. Okay? When we say blended, as I've said, there are days that you will be in school. You will be in our MTB building or the multi-tech building. Actually, we're situated in the 3rd floor. Okay? It's a 3-story building which comprises of 3 programs: the automotive, the Pub Lab, the 2nd floor, the BSEL department, and tayo po is nasa 3rd floor, the electronics technology department. Okay? So going back, based from our meeting, the department decided to have the in-person or face-to-face meeting during Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, effective next week. So this time, gagamit muna tayo. We will be using the we are in synchronous mode. Okay? Pag sinabi natin traditional, ulitin ko, face-to-face or in-person. So madaling sabi, pupunta kayo ng school. Kapag synchronous, gagamit tayo ng technology. We will be using video web service tool, kagaya ng Zoom, Google Meet, what else? Google Classroom. Pag sinabi natin this technology, either in a form of synchronous or asynchronous. What we're doing now, class, is synchronous. Pag synchronous, parang nagpo-conduct tayo ng klase. Pero, using online or using Google Meet or Zoom. Ang modality natin is real-time or actual. Halimbawa, I am now presenting the course, we are now having the course orientation. And kayo po, sa kanilang bahay ay nakikinig. Okay? ng aking discussion or presentation. So that is asynchronous mode. Pag sinabi po natin asynchronous or async learning or mode of learning, online tayo, pero ang ginagawa ng faculty, ng course facilitator, ng teacher or professor ninyo is nag-a-upload ng material. Halimbawa, I uploaded there an information sheet or a learning material about introduction to technical drawing. So, pag sinabi natin, if we're saying synchronous mode, you are learning at your own pace and at your own time. Hindi po siya real time. Nag-upload ako ng activity, may binigay ako material, babasahin niyo po 'yan, pag-aaralan. If that is an activity, kailangan niyo i-accomplish or i-comply. And binibigyan kayo ng date and time when you are going to submit or upload the material. Okay? Let us now proceed to the list of enrolled students. So, okay. Nawala ako sa connection. Okay. Let me share to you the class list. So, this will be my baseline. To who are the students enrolled for this BTC 11 course? So far, I have 18 students. Okay. So I have 18 students who are officially enrolled for this course. So, may I read the names? And once I call your name, please simply say present. Naintindihan po ba, class? Am I still audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir.
Thank you. So, let me call Miss Hana Abinya.
Present po, sir.
Thank you. So, sino pa? Valderrama. How do I pronounce your name? Nija Jane? Or Niha Jane? Are you there po? Miss Valderrama?
Sir, si Naija po, sir. Tig-operahan po ngayon.
Okay.
Nagsabi po siya sa...
Ayo pala, nakalimutan ko. I forgot. She messaged me last night pala about the scheduled operation. Thank you for informing me or for reminding me. Next is Bartolay Trisha Shane. Are you around?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Talyos. Alex Jan.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Taluyo. Maylin.
Present, sir.
Carpio. Mr.
Present, sir.
Okay. De La Cruz.
Present, sir.
Española. Española, are you there?
Yes, sir. Present.
How do I pronounce your surname? Hebulan or Jebulan? Christian.
Hibulan po, sir.
Ha? Come again?
Parang H po. Hibulan po, sir.
Hibulan. Okay. Thank you.
Present po, sir.
Thank you. Lastrella.
Present po, sir.
Mr. Llanza. Mr. Llanza. Mr. Llanza for the last time. Okay. Not present. Miss Lorca.
Present, sir.
Okay. Lorena Joshua.
Present po.
Okay. Lodovice Jason or Jason? How do I pronounce your name?
Jason po, sir.
Okay.
Present.
Sige. Thank you. Mr. Magdaong Joshua. Mr. Magdaong. Pagalawin mo po yung baso. Andyan ka po. Mr. Magdaong. Calling Mr. Magdaong. I think. Hindi ata siya. Wala siya rito. Sige. Okay. Let's proceed to the next. Teka. Marabilla, Ryan.
Present po, sir.
Miss Oloroso. Shanaya. Tama ba?
Present po, sir.
Shanaya May.
Opo, sir.
And,
Shanaya May po.
okay. And the last one is Mr. Toledo.
Present po, sir.
Okay. So, these are the official enrolled students for BTC 11 course. By the way, class, except, I think, Mr. Yun na wala, hindi nag-respond. Si Mr. Llanza, James David. Hindi po na. I think wala siya ngayon. So, by the way, class, do you have your COR with you?
Yes po, sir.
Yes, sir.
Do you have the copy of your CR? Okay. So since you have the copy, let us now proceed to our Google Classroom. I'll be giving you a quick tour or an overview about our Google Classroom. So in a short while, so Google Classroom will be our official learning platform. And at the same time, our mode of instructional delivery. Effective this school year 2022 to 2023. Okay. By the way, class, nakikita po ba? Is it visible or clear to you?
Po, sir.
Yes po, sir.
So this is our Google Classroom. So dito tayo mag-exchange ng ating mga learning resources. Dito po ako mag-upload ng ating mga materials or activities, assignments. Okay. At the same time, in return, dito kayo magsusubmit ng inyong mga accomplishments, ng iyong mga outputs, particularly yung mga plates. Okay? And since blended learning tayo, may mga instances na pupunta tayo sa classroom ay sa school para mag-laboratory. So magdo-drawing kayo doon, gagawa kayo ng mga plates and isusubmit nyo sa akin. And this also will be form part. Kapag ang estudyante hindi, let's say may emergency or di makakapasok, pwede niyo ito pong gamitin, itong platform na to, para mag-submit ng mga accomplishments or tasks. Okay, mag-perform ng mga tasks and accomplish na dito sa classroom. If you will observe yung classroom natin, is meron siyang 4 na tab. So, we have the stream, the classwork, people, and grade. Okay. Ay, di pa nakikita. Teka lang. Okay. So, ulitin ko. Yung ating Google Classroom, meron siyang 4 na tab. We have the stream, classwork, people, and group. The stream po, this is the part wherein your course facilitator or faculty will will inform you about certain things, like for example an announcement that sometimes Sir Kenji, due to maraming tasks na pinapagawa sa office, or minsan if I'm not feeling well, wag naman sana, mag-announce ako if meron tayong pasok o hindi, or if we're going to conduct synchronous, asynchronous, or in-person or face-to-face class. So dito po yung nilalagay natin yung mga announcement. And you can also comment or give your reaction. If there are things na hindi clear, if may gusto kayong i-clarify, if may question kayo about sa material na pinost ko, dito po matatagpuan sa stream. So sa classwork class, makikita nyo yung mga lessons and activities and the topics covered. Okay? Ito yung mga learning contents ng ating syllabus. Later, I will be presenting the course syllabus for BTC 11. So you have from the course introduction up to the last topic. Nakikita niyo siya. So ang ginagawa ko muna is by chapter or by learning content. So if you can still remember or recall, last time I already provided you the class code or an invitation to this platform. Okay? And aside from that, our first activity is I ask you to accomplish the learning tasks or activities or the contents of the course introduction. Halimbawa, I ask you to submit to me the copy of your COR. Your COR kasi is what we call the Certificate of Registration. You will receive this once you are enrolled in the program. Okay? It's either in a form of a soft copy or hard copy. So, upon checking in our classwork, 14 out of 17 students submitted their COR. And I know there are still some of you hindi pa rin nakapasok or di pa rin nakalagin sa ating sa ating Google Classroom. So, class, who among you here wala pang BU Gmail account or personal mail? Okay, si Mr. Calyos. Who else? Okay, I think si Mr. Calyos lang. So kasi, may I ask, na kapag naka-join ba kayo sa classroom kahit wala kayong BU Gmail, or required kayo to have a BU Gmail? Last, please confirm. Yes, Miss Española.
Required po, sir.
Okay, thank you. So requirement po is you should have your classroom. Your official BU Gmail. Yung BU official Gmail po, matatagpuan niya sa student portal. Okay, if you can access the student portal, the ICTO or the registrar will provide you your Gmail. It's tandaan niyo po, yung BU Gmail po plays an important role during your 4-year stay sa ating college. Sa lahat ng courses, sa lahat ng mga ino-offer ditong courses na kailangan nyong i-take, kailangan po meron tayong Gmail. Kasi hindi pa naman normal ang lahat. That's why blended learning mode pa rin tayo, or modality ang ginagamit natin. So meaning to say that we can have a limited, not a full implementation of face-to-face, and we still resort to online or synchronous or asynchronous classes. Okay? Sige. So, that's why some of us here hindi pa maka-join or makikita yung ating classroom. Don't worry. Even though you don't have your classroom, your ID or mail, you are still welcome sa ating classroom. But according to Miss Española, requirement talaga ang classroom. Ang Gmail. So, in the meantime, gagamitin muna natin yung Facebook group chat na BTC 11 o for 1A-1, or we can use the digital classroom. I created these platforms para meron tayong alternative modes or means on how to communicate with one another, or how to upload materials or lessons, or if there are important announcements regarding sa course natin or activity na kailangan nyong gawin. Okay? So, did you contact the registrar or the ICTO about your Gmail problems? Anyone from this group who has experience trying to communicate the registrar? Class, are you still with me?
Yes po, sir. Yan pa po.
Okay.
Dito po, sir.
So, again, class, at this juncture, I'm going to present a video about our institution, the Bicol University. What is it all about? What is its vision? Its accomplishments and achievements, and the campuses, its location, and together with its respective courses. Not only that, after this, another video or a short video clip about our college, which is the Bicol University College of Technology, and let's get to know more the curricular offerings. And after the presentation of the two videos, I'm going to discuss and present the course syllabus as part of the course orientation. So, here's the video about Bicol University as a premier state university in the Bicol region. So that is all about Pico University as a reputable institution, not just in the Bicol region, based on its vision, but also most of our graduates um, are now successful in their endeavors here and abroad. And now I will be presenting a video about the College of Industrial Technology, which is located in the East Campus. Um, a technology that caters skills and produce middle-level manpower who later on will become a globally competitive in their field of profession. So here is the video of the College of. Let's get to know more about our course, about our college, and at the same time, the courses offered.
Welcome to Bicol University College of Industrial Technology. Busit is one of the colleges in the East Campus. Originally, the East Campus was just referred to as Brasat Campus. Then, Brasat became Busat, and later on, the College of Engineering was added, that for a time it became the campus for Buseng Sat. Just recently, the Department of Architecture became an institute, and so the East Campus now has 3 Bicol University colleges: the College of Industrial Technology, the College of Engineering, and the Institute of Design and Architecture. Busit is easily recognizable by its landmark, a concrete sculpture of a man holding a mallet, nicknamed Boy Maso. Conspicuously erected in the middle of a crossroads, a few steps from the SIT Arc, Boy Maso stands like a sentry of the SIT campus. Boy Maso is practically as old as some of the buildings of the college. One building, which is older than Boy Maso, is the Electrical Technology Building. Right now, it is almost completed and will soon be ready for occupancy for the electrical technology students. In the building, especially the laboratory rooms, electrical technology students will learn about electrical connections, installations, and the like. They get to practice how to become electricians, and so the laboratory rooms are designed for their hands-on practices. The building will also later house the offices of the various organizations, including the college publication. Meantime, the building is not yet granted occupancy. The Electrical Technology Department is in one of the newest buildings, which I will introduce in a little while. Another old building which has stood and weathered innumerable typhoons is the long single-story building to the right of Boy Maso. You will notice that its rehabilitation is almost at its completion, and soon it will look as good as new and ready for occupancy when this pandemic is over. Half of the building and the end closest to Boy Maso was previously occupied by the Automotive Technology Department. The opposite end, on the other hand, is occupied by the Mechanical Technology Department, so you will see inside some of the equipment the empty students use in their laboratory, such as the lathe machine, milling machine, and CNC machine, to name a few. As I have mentioned, the Automotive Technology Department used to occupy that old building, but now the department is housed in the ground floor of one of the newest buildings in Busit, the Multi-Tech Building. In one spacious room, automotive laboratory showcases their various equipment used by students in learning about auto machine parts and engines, as well as other similar concepts and applications. Also in the building's ground floor is Fab Lab Bicol, a technology hub of the region where anyone can make almost anything. In Fab Lab, you will find various equipment necessary for prototype making, such as a 3D printer, laser cutter, among others. The second floor is currently occupied by the Electrical Technology Department, and the third floor is where the Electronics Department is lodged. In the Electronics Department, there are also laboratory rooms where the students get practical knowledge and acquire skills on the use and application of electronic parts, such as the creation or innovation of new electronic gadgets. To Boy Mas's left, but to the right of the CIT-ART, is the building occupied by the Bachelor in Technical Vocational Teacher Education Department, or BTV-TED. The BTV-TED is the biggest department because it is composed of 4 different specializations, such as drafting technology, garments, fashion and design, food service management, and electrical technology. Part of the building, especially the drafting rooms, is already half a century old or probably older. The 2-story structure in the middle was added sometime in 2011. This is where you will find the faculty room of the department and an activity center in the second floor. Now, this building is where lecture classes are held, but it also houses laboratory areas for the drafting technology and the garments fashion and design. The laboratory rooms of the drafting technology students have drawing or drafting tables where students put to practice their drawing skills. These rooms are also used by drawing classes of the various departments. Similarly, the laboratory rooms of the garments fashion and design are areas for the GFD students to learn sewing, pattern making, garments design, and the like. Behind the TV-TED building is another recently completed building, the Bicol Regional Food Innovation and Commercialization Center, which became operational sometime in the middle of 2018. As the name implies, BRFICC is where food products are innovated and later commercialized. This is also currently occupied by classes for the Food Technology Department, the department where students learn everything related to food science, food innovation, and other relevant concepts and applications. Fronting the BTV-TED building is the quadrangle. Then across the campus road from the quadrangle, one sees another building called the Food Technology Building. This bears this name because in the past, BUSAT used to have 2-year vocational courses and food technology was one of the said courses. Today, however, this building is now being used by the food service management students where they hold their classes in laboratory. In the laboratory, students learn about basic baking, quantity cookery, catering management, and other similar courses. Across the campus street to the right of the FD building is another long building fronting the sunken garden, the Civil Technology Building for the Civil Technology Department. This building also holds the office of the BUROTC Coordinator and the office of the college publication, the Coverall. In the laboratory rooms of the Civil Technology Department, students learn the basics of civil craftsmanship. Behind the city building is the IA building. This is another building being used by the Food Technology Department for their lecture classes and some laboratory classes as well. Going farther down the road across the campus road from the IA building, behind the FD building, one sees another very old, vacated, and now shabby L-shaped building. This one used to be occupied by the students of GFD and the electrical technology students for their laboratory. Both the GFD building and the city building are now in the pipeline for renovation. Furthermore, a new food science building for the Food Technology Department will also be constructed. Then, we proceed to the last but not the least concrete structure of the college, another old L-shaped single-story building, formerly known as ITE building, and now being occupied by the Industrial Design Department. Here, the ID students learn the various types of design, including raw materials important for design and other relevant concepts. Of course, let us not forget the administration building, where you will find the Office of the Dean, Office of the Associate Dean, Office of the Registrar, and the Cashier's Office. This building is actually far from the school buildings of the college because it is situated to the northwest of Boymaso, in the same building occupied by the Seng Administration Building. Mind you, our dear freshmen, most of the buildings may be old, but these buildings have seen many outstanding students who have sat in the classrooms or walked the corridors or hallways and are now distinguished, highly admired persons in their fields. Today, you see old buildings, but one day, perhaps not yet in your time, the college will also be one proof that the university's vision of a world-class university has been realized.
So that's a quick tour about our college, the BUSIT, or the Bicol University College of Industrial Technology, where wherein the you will see the different programs as well as the offices to where it is situated. So at this moment, I am now going to present the content of our syllabus. Okay, let me check. So here is our Google Classroom. As you can see, we are in the classwork wherein you can see the different learning topics or learning content and its learning activities, the preliminary requirements to be specific. I asked you last time to read and accomplish the learning tasks or activities posted here in our G class. So, aside from the uploading of the COR, um, answering the survey form, particularly on the student profile, I ask you to have a copy or to read about the syllabus and our course guide. So, there is our, once you open this uh, 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 course syllabus, will be redirected to a Google form where you need to answer and about important details, and here's the link for our BTC 11 syllabus, and here it is. Okay, so I have to zoom in for you to easily understand or read what's the content of our syllabus. uh, Again, class, this is BTC 11 for the technical drawing 1 course. Okay, let me zoom in again. um, okay, so uh, uh, course code is BTC 11 and the title is Technical Drawing 1. It is offered during first sem, now that we're in the academic year of 2022 to 2023. And based on our class schedule, uh, for 1A-1, our schedule is MWF 10 to 12 p.m. And for 1A-2, TTH 1 to 4 p.m. So the credit unit for this is 2 units, and this type of course is purely laboratory. Your course facilitator or faculty in charge is no other than Sir Kenji E. Merenciano. For the information of everyone, I am the program advisor of the Bachelor of Science in Electronics Technology Department. Okay. And I'm also a faculty who handle most of the major subjects in electronics. So here's the institutional learning outcomes. So let's proceed with the vision. If you watch the video, here's the vision of Bicol University. So here, it is a world-class university producing leaders and change agents for social transformation and development. And I also provided you a video about this wherein I asked you to give your point of view, your discourse, or insights about our vision. So we will tackle this more during our in-person or face-to-face meeting. And the core values of BQ University, this is what we call the 4 pillars. Uh, uh, it is about scholarship, leadership, character, and service. Okay. So the mission is to give professional and technical training and provide advanced and specialized instruction in literature, philosophy, the sciences, and arts, besides providing for the promotion of scientific and technological researches. The BU quality policy, the institution or university commits to continually strive for excellence in instruction, research, and extension. Instruction, research, and extension are the mandates or the core mandates of the institution. By meeting the highest level of clientele satisfaction, because class, you are our clients. And that's why we're doing our best to provide you a good quality of instruction and other services just to meet your satisfaction, and and adhering to the quality standards and applicable statutory and regulatory requirements. So for the institutional learning outcomes, every graduate should demonstrate critical thinking and integrative skills to solve problems and to support lifelong learning. You are here because we want you to develop your critical thinking and the necessary skills to solve problems and to continue learning. That's why we have this term lifelong learning, because class education is a continuous process. It doesn't mean to say that you're a graduate of a 4-year course or program, you know everything. Learning continues. Your learning journey started here now that you are a BSET freshman student. Second is communication. You need to communicate effectively and appropriately, both orally and in writing, for certain purposes and with the use of ICT. Now that we're in the 21st century, and technology now plays a vital role. Okay? The third one, as part of the institutional learning outcomes, is to collaborate. Teamwork is the key with different or diverse people, ethically and with mastery of knowledge and skills in your field of discipline. And the last one is create knowledge and innovation to promote inclusive development as well as globalization. You are studying BSET program because later on you will be working, maybe not here, not just in local, national, but maybe most of you will be working in abroad. So we are aiming, we are here to develop and later on develop students who will be later on be globally competitive graduates. Okay, so these are the 4 institutional learning outcomes. Next is the program learning outcomes. When you say program, when you say institution, this is the learning outcomes intended for our college or the BUSIT. Program learning outcomes pertains to the courses that you are taking, which is the BSET. It has 6 learning outcomes. First is to demonstrate technical and technological knowledge and information that empowers the individual to perform problem-solving tasks in the field of electronics. Second is to apply professional competence. You are here to be disciplined, to be well mannered, and to be professional. Who will bridge the gap between the highly skilled electronics technicians and electronics engineers. Third is to manifest technical competence as professionals who will engage in teaching electronics technology. For the second one, some of us would like to pursue engineering. Good thing you're taking electronics in preparation also for you in the field of engineering. Third, some of us here would like to be educators or be part of the academy teaching electronic courses or subjects. Fourth is to practice entrepreneurial competency that leads to self-employment and generation of local job opportunities. So this will be potential careers once you finish this course. The fifth is to create and utilize scientific or technological researches and developmental studies. The last is show competency in professionalism imbued with desirable values and work ethics in the electronics industry. So these are the six program learning outcomes in BSET. What is BTC 11? As a BSET student, do I need to study this course and learn from it? So BTC 11 or the Technical Drawing 1 course talks about, or it is more on practices and techniques of communication, graphical communication, because drawing is a form of communication. Using or applying drafting instruments, lettering scale, and units of measure. Here we are going to discuss and study about descriptive geometry. Geometry pertains to shapes, orthographic projection, auxiliary views, dimensioning, sectional views, pictorial drawing. What are the requirements of engineering working drawings and assembly and exploded detailed drawings? So this is what BTC 11 is all about. So what will be the course learning outcomes or expectations after the students finish this course? So we have four. First is to demonstrate knowledge in the principles of drawing, lettering, and dimensioning. Second is to manifest technical competence on the use of drafting instruments. Third is to demonstrate knowledge and skills in reading and interpret drawings and projections. And the fourth, once you know the different type of drawings and projections, you will apply it. You will apply your knowledge and skills in creating your own working drawings, which is related in the field of electronics. So this is the learning now. Let us now proceed to the course outline. In the course outline, you will see the specific learning outcomes for each learning content. When I say learning content, we're talking about the topics or lessons covered for this syllabus. The instructional delivery, the instructional resources, the performance standard, the assessment, tasks, outputs, and the time allotment. So this syllabus is being used or being presented during the start or opening of class, particularly during the first meeting. Okay, so in the course outline, we have different or a variety of topics concerning about the technical drawing. So the first one, or what we're doing now, is the presentation of the syllabus. So last supposed to be the last the start of class was if I'm not mistaken, last August 15. We had a memorandum order that we will first transitioning to the new normal, wherein we need to establish connection, communicate, contact, and do student profiling and connectivity assessment of the students enrolled for the course. Second is the introduction of the modes of the delivery of the course, familiarization of the LMS. LMS stands for Learning Management System, discussion of the course syllabi and course guide, what I am doing now, and I presented a while ago the BU and BUSIT, BMGO, and quality policy. Okay? After that, we will now proceed to the introduction to technical drawing. What is technical drawing? How important it is for BSET students? What are the definition and types of drawing? Okay? And I forgot also to mention the instructional delivery. So throughout this SEM, for this school year 2022 to 2023, we will now adapt or apply the blended learning mode. Wherein we have three types. We have the on-site face-to-face class. This is the traditional setting when faculty and students are engaged in classroom activities with the approved schedule. Since we had a meeting last week, um, the department agreed that the on-site schedule for BSET students from first year to fourth year are from Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays. So that will be MTF. Okay. We also have another learning mode, which is the synchronous distance. This is wherein faculty engages students via virtual conferencing platforms using LMS, Google Classroom, and Messenger. And the other one is asynchronous, wherein students enjoy certain level of independence. So asynchronous learning class, as I mentioned a while ago, this is learning at your own pace and at your own time. Okay? So this is the second part, which is the introduction to technical drawing, wherein you're going to recognize the importance of drawing. What are the two types? And to be familiar with the varied types of working drawings and value the possibilities of technical drawing as an instrument for investigation, understanding the universality of the objective language in the transmission and comprehension of information. Okay? So after the intro to technical drawing, we will proceed to layouts and lettering. Here, we're going to study the history of lettering or letters, the different styles of letters, the division and general proportion, uh, composition of lettering, spacing, and the parts of letters. Another interesting topic is all about visualization and sketching. This talks about the different sketching techniques and line characteristics, wherein you're going to recognize the solid objects, acquaint with the different sketching techniques, what is line and its characteristics, types, it could be sketch straight lines, circles, arcs, and ellipses, and value the significance of visualization in sketching processes via developing pictorial sketches. Another topic after the visualization and sketching is the use of the different drawing tools and instruments. Here you're going to perform mensuration, and calculations using the different drafting tools and instruments. You will be acquainted with the different drawing tools, materials, and even its uses. Perform lines exercises and geometrical problems with the use of this instrument. Okay, after that, we will tackle or discuss about the alphabet of lines. We're going to analyze how lines used in drawing. Compare and contrast the different lines used in technical drawing and apply appropriately the developing technical drawing using the alphabet of lines. So, after these five main topics before the midterm, okay, so since I mentioned the midterm, it is scheduled on October based on our school calendar, October 12 of 12 20 20. So after the midterm, the next topic covered is all about views, planes, and projections. Here, we're going to study about the orthographic. We're going to list and identify planes of projection and its principal views. Right. Once you understand and appreciate the orthographic drawing, you're going to make or draw orthographic projection, applying its principles, theories, and standards. And after that, we will touch on types of surfaces, wherein you're going to identify and discuss the types of surfaces. And another interesting topic is all about dimensioning, wherein you're going to enumerate and understand the usage of every element and dimensioning. Apply right dimensioning, its procedures or processes on orthographic drawing. So, another part is to illustrate and list the electronic symbols. Okay, so here, aside from gaining skills about drawing, you will also study how to interpret and identify different schematic symbols. Because in fundamentals of electricity, you will also encounter in even other major subjects in electronics, you will be familiar with the different electronics schematic symbol. So at this point in time, now that you are a freshman student, you need to be familiar or to be acquainted with these types of symbols. And the next part for this or the learning content for this course after the midterm is the pictorial drawing, wherein you're going to identify and apply the kinds of pictorial drawing in presenting the object, differentiate the different types of pictorial drawing, and submit different drawings related to pictorial. And the last topic for this course is working drawing. When you're going to prepare electronic diagrams used in the field of specialization, integrate appropriately the different basic and technical concepts of drawing in developing working drawings. And my major output will be you're going to create and design drawing for a certain electronics. So again, the highlights of the learning content for this course, we have now we are currently having the course introduction. After that, we will proceed to the introduction to technical drawing. Next is we will discuss about layouts and lettering. After that, we will proceed to visualization and sketching. Another interesting topic is to be familiar with the different and know the proper use of the drawing tools and instruments. And we will touch on analyzing and studying the different alphabet of lines. And we will proceed to the midterm. And after the midterm, we will discuss about the orthographic projection, which includes the views, planes, and applying its principles, theories, and standards. Next is about dimensioning, its elements, types, and technique and rules in dimensioning. The other one is about pictorial drawing. And last topic is the working drawing. So these are the topics or the learning content for BTC 11 course. So let us now proceed with the course requirements. Take note. That's why I put, by the way, take note that the learning contents, instruction delivery, and mode of assessments for this course are flexible and responsive in considering the nature of learners and its learning modality. So let us proceed with the course requirement. I have three specific requirements. The first one is all about learning exercises. So you have to submit that a week after the schedule of uploading of learning materials or during our face-to-face or in-person class. Next is you need to pass the midterm and final examination. Midterm is scheduled on October 12, while final is scheduled on December 14. And for my final requirement is the compilation of plates or drawings from the very start up to the last plate. So for my grading system, this is our course assessment. So we have two types: the formative assessment, which wherein it talks about learning exercises or activities posted on our classroom or based from my instruction. And the other one is the summative, which talks about the plates and midterm examination and final examination. So for midterm grade plates, which is 50%, and midterm exam, which is also 50%. For the tentative, 30% for the plates, final exam is 30%, and for the final requirement, which is 40%. A total of 100% for midterm and also 100% for tentative final grade. So the system of computing grades for For midterm, it's 1/3 or 30%, and for tentative or final, that is 2/3 or almost 70%. So here are the reference as your guide for you to study or read in advance the topics or the learning contents for this course, including the websites, okay, which is also can be seen here in our references. So that I think that is the content or some that's how we sum up the contents of our course syllabus. So class, that is the presentation of our syllabus. For more details, you can visit our Google Classroom, wherein the course syllabus and course guides are already updated, are already posted in the room or the classroom. So class, if you have questions or clarifications about our institution, about our college, the Vico University College of Industrial Technology, with each major or with each courses, including our program, which is the Bachelor of Science in Electronics Technology, and even the syllabus that I presented a while ago, feel free to contact me or message me. These are my contact details. And as what I always say to my students before we end, last, thank you for your time. Thanks for listening, and keep safe. Always.
Zombie apocalypse.